Hi, my name is Jason King. I'm the co-founder of Animal Liberation Alliance London. It's an organization that has existed for 5 years now. I'm also the co-organizer of the Toronto March to Close Down All Slaughterhouses. Animal Liberation Alliance London came out of the need for a request from the community, the vegan community, to do something about Ribfest. And so I organized a protest at Ribfest 5 years ago. And we were surprised to see the owner of Ribfest come out and actually invite us to come in for the next year and table for free during the entire duration of Ribfest, the whole 5 days. Out of that came a group of people who organized for the next year. And then at the end of it, we decided that London needed to have its own vegan animal liberation group. We also encourage people to get involved with helping out the local animal sanctuaries, especially Cedar Row we partner with just north of London. And we do all kinds of activism, but our activism is a very special type of activism which isn't being done a lot. It's geared towards abolitionism, which is the same sort of thing as what you would see with when people wanted to end slavery. They insisted that because you can't treat another living sentient being in an appropriate manner to use them and exploit them, since that's just not possible amongst humans, abolitionists for animal liberation see it as that you cannot use another living sentient being regardless of species in the same way. With regards to veganism, I don't consider my diet the primary factor of veganism, because what guides me is not what I put in my mouth, but it's what comes out of my mouth and what I do with my activism.
It's not food, it's violence! Animals in this store are actually individuals who didn't want to die!
The fact that I consume a plant-based diet is only relevant because 90% of the animals that we exploit and use happen to be for food. If we were all plant-based, I would still be a vegan because I would still have to fight other issues where we're using and exploiting animals. And the need here is not to turn everybody vegan, but it's to turn everybody anti-speciesist. Speciesism is the real problem, and we need to advocate more about fighting speciesism, because you can tell people to be vegan, but for most people that means just changing your diet. But when you tell people to change being speciesist to being a non-speciesist, then you're telling them to accept other sentient beings as their equals, and it changes everything. It changes their perspective in so many ways that this is what's going to lead us to not only animal liberation, but human liberation. So ALA, Animal Liberation Alliance London, is looking for volunteers at this point to man our stations at the upcoming International Food Festival, as well as Ribfest at the end of July and into the early part of August. It's a great opportunity for you to come out. We like to educate people on how to actively talk to people in delivering the abolitionist message well, and steering away from treatment and compassionate considerations to animals, because ultimately they don't need our compassion. Compassion is what you give to those who justice has failed. What animals really need is they need justice, not compassion.